Jeff Nippard is one of the most respected voices in fitness. But is his bench press ideal for muscle growth? In this video, I will argue against his bench press for muscle growth. I am Dr. Nash Jocic, former bodybuilding champion. I competed 46 times and won 17 titles. I've been in bodybuilding for over 40 years, and during that time I've trained thousands of clients, and I also published 9 books that you can find on my website. So if you are interested in expanding your knowledge and widening your horizons, please click on the link below in the comments. Now let us hear and see what Jeff has to say in his video.
What are the best and worst chest exercises for muscle growth? Well, for a chest movement to rank highly, it needs to tick 3 boxes. 1, a big stretch with high tension.
So he's emphasizing that what is important is big stretch and high tension. Remember that.
2, it needs to feel good. It shouldn't cause pain, and it should have a smooth resistance profile, giving a good pump and a nice mind-muscle connection.
Good, and also pump is important and mind-muscle connection. But let us see how Jeff does bench press in his video. As you can see, he lowers the bar to the chest, he rests for a moment there, and then he goes all the way up, locking his elbows in top position. These are 2 things that I never advise, but you can see what else he does as well. You see, he bounces the bar off the chest, and again locking the elbows at the top position. Also the bar is going very quickly down. So he mentioned tension, but then the technique is not necessarily right for that tension. Now there is another thing that I want you to pay attention to, and this is bouncing the bar off his chest. So you can see in this clip how he bounces the bar off his chest, and again locking the elbows at the top position. Now let me remind you again that he's talking about chest exercises for muscle growth, right? So this technique may be good for powerlifting and getting stronger, lifting heavier weights, but not necessarily for muscle growth. Now there are 4 points that I want to address. First is the bar on the chest. So when you get that bar down on your chest, you are basically losing tension, and this is exactly what you don't want to do if you want to grow your muscles. Now second, you can see that the grip is too wide. He uses very wide grip, and by widening the grip, you're shortening the range of motion. This is why he has to go all the way down to bounce the weight off his chest in order to make some motion and generate some volume. But wide grip doesn't help there. Locking the elbows, as you can see here, he's bouncing and then locking the elbows at the top. By locking the elbows, you again killing the tension. So you are losing the tension at the bottom by bouncing, and as you can see on this image, locking the elbows is again something that I have never advised, because this is another moment when you basically lose the tension. Again, I'm reminding you that in his own words, he is advising in his video that technique that he uses is actually the best for muscle growth. These are his words. So muscle growth is not necessarily going to be achieved using his technique. Again, you can get stronger, you can lift heavier, but you are not going to get as much muscle growth as you would expect. So again, this technique may be good for powerlifting, but not necessarily for bodybuilding. So I have spent years and years training with top names in bodybuilding. I trained with people like Mike Christian, Lee Haney, Eduardo Cavac. I trained with Serge Nubret. I trained with Brian Buchanan, Amory Francis, Ian Wadley, absolute legends in bodybuilding. And all of us did exactly what you can see on this video, in which I actually perform bench press. Pay attention to slowly lowering the bar, but never touching the chest. I never go down to the chest. The reason for that is that my grip is not too wide. It's just wide enough so that my forearms can get parallel at the bottom position. But because the grip is not wide, as you can see, my humerus goes down much further than his humerus when he is bouncing the weight off his chest, because his bar, his grip is too wide. So as you can see in this clip again, I am paying attention to come close to the chest, but never rest on my chest, or God forbid, bounce from there. So I keep the tension all the time. Do is to pay attention to form. The most important tip, as you can see on this video, is that you never bounce the bar off your chest. Stop before you reach your chest, as I do, and never bounce the bar off your chest. So you see, even in this clip, in this video filmed some 20 years ago, I have actually advocated that technique. So in order to keep continuous tension for 20-30 seconds, as long as your set lasts, I have even then proposed this type of training, which basically gave me fantastic results. I managed to build great chest, and not just me, by all these names that I mentioned. This is how we used to do bench press, and this is how I advise people to do bench press. This is much safer. It's going to give you that tension. It's going to give you pump. It's going to give you mind-muscle connection. So everything that he has promised, I don't think he has delivered in his technique. Now, I'm delivering that by slowly lowering the bar, as you can see there again, and making sure that I don't lock at the top. So the tension is constant. You see my forearms are parallel in the bottom position, which means I'm stretching my chest fully without touching the chest with the bar. I don't have to touch my chest with the bar. You have to do it if your grip is wide, again, because you are traveling short distance. So again, in this clip, you can see how I perform that. You see constant tension. My chest are constantly stressed. Mechanical tension is full throughout the motion, and as long as the set lasts, I don't cut and disrupt that tension at all. So, guys, I hope I have managed to show you that although Jeff has given a lot of good advice in his videos on his channel, I think he made a mistake to explain that his technique is actually good for powerlifting, for improving your personal best. Technique is good to help you lift heavier for 1, 2, 3 reps, and maybe you can get stronger doing that, but this is not necessarily the best training method for muscle hypertrophy or for chest development. I believe that if Jeff sees this video, him being a very knowledgeable and also reasonable guy, he would probably agree with my comment. And I will have to say once again that maybe what he's doing is great for powerlifting, but not necessarily for bodybuilding. And I mentioned a few times in the past that powerlifting is slowly getting into bodybuilding, and in a way is killing it, because I can see that more and more people are trying to lift some heavier weights, and they're ruining the form, and they're not powerlifters, because for powerlifting you have to be extremely gifted, you have to be of a particular structure and height and development, and these people now in the gyms, they are neither bodybuilders nor powerlifters, because they are struggling with heavy weights. They're getting injured all the time. They're stressing themselves with no results, for no avail. There are no muscles there, simply because these messages of these powerlifting messages are sending the wrong vibes for people who want to grow their muscle, who want to build muscle size. So if you are interested in hypertrophy, as I was throughout my career and even now, you have to pay attention to what I have just said. So instead of performing exercises in order to lift heavier and in order to get stronger by getting heavier weights up, you should focus more on tension and the time under tension. You need to focus on slowly lowering the bar not bouncing off the chest, not losing the tension in the bottom position, the top position, and also keeping it safe. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel. If you didn't, and also like the video, send me your comments. They are very important for our community. And to remind you once again, I have published 9 books which are available in the ebook format on my website, nashfittraining.com. On the page shop, you have the link in the comment. And if you want to deepen your knowledge, if you want to expand your horizons, then you're more than welcome to get my ebooks, because they're fully loaded with very detailed information about muscle hypertrophy, muscle growth, obviously, fat loss, nutrition, lifestyle change, training for beginners, and other subjects that we are all interested in. So guys, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves, and I wish you all the best.